All right, let's pull back the curtain on something that can literally make or break a film shoot, but almost never gets the spotlight: production logistics. This is the stuff that, if you ignore it, can bring even the most amazing creative vision crashing down hard.
I know what you're thinking. Base camp, parking. It just doesn't sound very creative, right? It feels like boring admin work. But what if I told you that figuring this stuff out is actually one of the biggest, most creative problem-solving puzzles a producer has to tackle?
Because let me tell you, when you get logistics wrong, the fallout is instant and it is brutal. It's like a domino effect. Crew morale just tanks, departments start losing precious time, the neighbors get really ticked off, and suddenly you're not producing a shoot anymore, you're just putting out fires all day.
So let's start with the absolute heart of any on-location operation, the base camp. And trust me, this is so much more than just a place to park a few trucks. You have to think of base camp as the central nervous system for the entire day. It's the hub. It's where every single department stages their gear, it's where actors get ready, and it's where the crew can actually take a minute to breathe. If you mess up this hub, that inefficiency bleeds into everything, costing you time, money, and maybe worst of all, creative energy.
This is why a real producer doesn't just ask, hey, is there enough space here? No, they ask a much smarter question. It's all about anticipating problems before they happen. Friction could be anything: the grip truck blocking the makeup trailer, catering being a mile away. The goal is to create an environment that is totally frictionless.
So this is basically the mental checklist a producer is running through. And it's not just about having space, it's about having functional space. Can a 10-ton truck actually get in and out without a 20-point turn? Is catering close enough for a quick run but far enough away from the noise? And hey, seriously, don't overlook the restrooms. A 20-minute line for the bathroom can absolutely wreck a shooting schedule. It's all about seeing the problems before they become problems. So the most important thing to remember is this: it all comes down to one word: flow. The smooth, efficient movement of people, gear, and information. A great base camp makes that flow happen. A bad one blocks it at every single turn. And that whole idea of flow, it doesn't just stop at the edge of base camp. It spills right out into the street. So let's talk about parking. This is usually the very first impression a production makes on a neighborhood. And believe me, this is where you need a strategy, not just hope. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Parking is a PR move. Every single car you park sends a message to the people who live there. It tells them if you respect their home or not. You get it right, you earn some goodwill. You get it wrong, and you've made enemies before a single shot has been filmed. A winning strategy gets rid of the chaos from the very beginning. You simply cannot have the camera van, the lead actor's car, and a grip's personal truck all fighting for the same spot. It's madness. A producer designs a system, creating dedicated zones for each group based on exactly what they need. So this is what a pro parking plan really looks like. You're mapping everything out. You're getting permits in writing, not just a verbal okay. And you're thinking about where the biggest trucks need to go. But the big ones are considering the neighbors and always having a plan B, because you just know something's going to go sideways.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? Hope is not a strategy. You have to actively design the outcome you want, thinking about every single vehicle, every single person.
And that concept of design leads us perfectly to the last piece of this logistical puzzle: managing traffic flow. This is about choreographing the movement of everything and everyone around your set. And it's probably the most public-facing part of the whole operation.
The difference here is night and day. On one side, you have total chaos. That's the default if you don't plan. Blocked driveways, crews who don't know where to go, real safety issues. But on the other side, when it's designed, you get calm, you get clear access, and you barely make a ripple in the neighborhood. And here's the beautiful, ironic truth. When you do this job perfectly, nobody even notices. The crew isn't lost, the neighbors aren't complaining, trucks aren't stuck, everything just works. Invisibility is the ultimate sign of success here. So all of this detailed, kind of thankless planning, it all leads up to what you could call the producer's invisible win. It's a victory that you'll never see up on the screen, but you absolutely feel it through the entire production. And this right here is the payoff for doing all that hard work up front. Your crew gets to put their energy into being creative, not solving logistical nightmares. Your departments are working together, not against each other. The community is on your side, and you're dealing with tiny sparks instead of 5-alarm fires. At the end of the day, this is why it all matters so much. Great logistics are the foundation that lets a production be calm, professional, and efficient. It's what allows all the amazing creative work to actually happen on time and on budget.
So, as you think about your next project, the question is actually pretty simple. Are you going to be the person who actively designs a system for success, or are you just going to cross your fingers and hope for the best? That choice, right there, will make all the difference in the world.